Hi, and welcome back to the Trucking Scribe. It's Esther. Today we are still working on different types of covers. So I am covering a composition notebook, just the regular school kind of notebook. I'll show you how to do that. It's pretty easy. And this one's just a little smaller journal that I found that has dotted grid paper in there. Same thing. So I hope you enjoy the video. I am going to ask, please go check out my creative team. There are a wonderful bunch of ladies who are helping out in this collaboration to spread the word of God. And in particular with this study, we are looking at peace, how you can go to God and get that peace during the times that you have chaos going on. If you're a mother and you got a house full of kids and they're running around and they're screaming and hollering, that's chaos. Or if you're at work, and everybody's coming at you from different directions, or you're sitting in traffic, rush hour traffic, and these people are getting on your nerves, and you just want to get home. That's good times to just say a quick prayer and say, please, Lord, just give me some peace so I can settle down and be in this space and be here in the moment, even though it's not something I like or something I'm happy or whatever's going on, but just give me the peace in my heart, my mind, to be in the moment and to experience what you're showing. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. So today is Wednesday, the 17th of April. So we are just getting started on our Peace of God Bible study. This first week we are just getting ideas for junk journals so you can put your writings and things in, your prayers and your verses in. So I have today and tomorrow before we go into week 2. So just a little bit about this. We're doing Faith Friday, the Peace of God, and it's open for anybody. This here is a free download that comes with all the verses that I'll have in the description below. We're using gotquestions.org, one of their Bible studies on peace. There's 40 verses. There is a discount code if you want the digital sets that go with it. This is mine. So this is one of Diane's, the cover. So this is some of her digitals that I've already made into a journal. Turned out really well. So we are working on this study in collaboration with 9 other beautiful women, 8 women. There is Diane. She has Faith Art Studios, Rhonda, Junk Journal Diva, Christina at Purple Heart Creations, Tara at Scribe Vibes, Janie at Bookworms Buddy, Samantha at Beauties and Books Co., Deb at Debbie Zargart, Paula Moore at Paula Moore's. So all of these ladies are going to be putting out videos over the next 7 weeks. They just may pop up any day. Friday is when Diane and I are going to do our at least one video a week. I'm actually doing a few more, but you can look on Friday. Diane's posting, I think, in the morning. I'm going to post mine at 8 at night, Eastern Standard Time. So I just seem to do better at that, 8 p.m. on Friday nights. So we have the kits and we've got a discount code until May 31st, and you use the Peace of God 20 to get 20% off of both kits in either store. And then I have different items in my store. They're actually handmade. Oh, so I have, let me see, got this one. And this one, I haven't put this in yet. This is part of this video that I'm working on. This one will go up in there, I think. I don't know. Because I need some to make videos of. This one is one that's in my shop now. So if you get these at school time, you know, when they're 50 cents, I think I got this one at the Dollar Tree, so it was $1.25. So I have these. I decided I would do one blank on the back. Well, not blank, but purple. Thinking I'm going to put her on the front. She's already on. Let's see. No, I got her on this one. All right. And what I'm going to do is first I'm going to cut this white off. So I've cut the edges off. What I'm going to do, and actually it looks like it's going to be about the right size, is I'm going to glue this down to there. So I'm going to use both wet glue and the stick glue. And first what I'm going to do is put glue all over this, especially on this edge over here, because that is going to be the edge that is going to be right there. So these composition books have been, I watched a video the other day that was 7 years old, and I'll try and link her up below. I also watched Betty at Betty's Custom Design. She's been working on composition notebooks. So what I do, and I'm going to line it up right here at the black, is like with my envelope journals, I take my fingers and kind of hold that down. So I'm not going to need all of this. I'm going to trim it with my scissors just because. And I'm going to save this piece because it could be used for a scrap. Now, these are rounded corners. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clip right there. So kind of at that corner and kind of at this corner. Then I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to roll this. I like to do the bottom. I guess you could do the sides or however you wanted to do it. I just always go for the bottom first. I'm going to take my bone folder. So I'm working on this on a scrap piece of paper, just a throwaway piece of paper. Or book. It's a book, actually. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold it up. And I'm going to take my bone folder and try and just squish that in there to where it, well, if I wouldn't push in one way and then the other, it would go. So I'm just kind of using my finger and my bone folder to squish that up. So to lay down, I'm going to do the other side the same way. I might use some wet glue here. See if that helps. So you do have a little bit right there. What you need to do is take your fingernail or a bone folder or something, and it's going to wiggle on you till you get it, till it dries. So just be patient. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this over and see how it's going to cover that edge. So I don't know if I'm going to put some lace. I was watching Betty. She put lace on hers. It really looked good. So tomorrow, I don't know yet. I have these that I thought about we could do something with, maybe decorate the front. It's just a a journal that I got off of Amazon that's got pages in it. So this is looking good. I'm just going to kind of round those corners off. Look at that. Yep, I like this one better than the other one. That looks good. So now I'm going to decide which one I want here. And what's going to happen is this is going to go over just a little bit. We don't want it. I'm going to turn it over. So what I want to do is I want it to be closer to this edge right here. And then over here, I want it to come over this a little bit. So I'm going to try and cut it right around there. Okay. So now I forgot about the bottom. We can fix that real quick. Because this is rounded, I do need to round the corners just so those two corners, not all of them. So what I may do is work in this one day of the week. That's what I'm thinking about doing. So I have found out through trial and error that the purple and the distress oxide go good together. So what I do is I just put this on like this. And then I go over it with the distress inks. I use the oxide and the other one interchangeably. So but watch, see how that pretty purple, and then they mix. So it's got that undertone of purple. And I'm not just covering all the purple up. I'm trying to let it peek out. Yeah. So then I'm going to set these over here out of my way so I don't make a mess. Now what I'm going to do, and I turn my paper this way, and I'll try and show you if you're new. When I glue this down, I'm using my fingers underneath to stabilize my hand. So I've kind of got my hand like that. This finger right here is down here on the table, and this one's over here. And then my two other fingers are holding it. And as I put it on, I'm looking generally up here, and I'm looking down here. See, like I said a while ago, I'm going to use both glues. And one tip when you're gluing, and you will see that I don't follow this tip all the time, is to hold your paper and go from glue from the inside, no matter which, if you're starting up at the top like I'm doing, or if you start here, just go to the inside. So then I would come and go this way. That way I'm not getting glue on my paper. And I'm going to use some of my wet glue because that helps it slip too. If I get it on there wrong, takes it longer to move around. Please don't stick. See, that's what happens when you get glue under there. See, I would say I did that by accident, or on purpose so you can watch, but it wasn't really. I am really liking this one, how it's turning out with that black right there. That just looks so good. Then you open it up and there's regular paper. So what I'm going to do on the back is the same thing, but I think I'll use her because I do like the faces in case you see it in the back. So I did cut her off just a little bit. I almost got this too short. See, that's good in a way because the paper is, so see, this is one of my thesis pages, and I just turned it over and I printed on the other side because this is 28-pound paper, color copy paper. It's the good kind. So I hate throwing it away. Let's see, I'm actually going to be on this side, I think. No, I'll be on the other side. So because of that edge right there, I'm trying to get some wet glue on there. And again, check your writing. So it's going that way. I want my woman to turn this way. And I'm checking again. So next time I probably would not trim this close because it's a little close. A bit closer than I want it to be. So see where there's like a little point right there? I'm just going to clip it there. And there's another point right there. I'm going to clip it there. And then we're just going to do the same thing. I am going to I think this one will probably be the first video, the first part of the video, because I have done this in 2 different videos because of time and stuff that I was busy with work and all. So I like the way this one's coming out, but I will show you the other one that I did because I used a little bit of a different technique on it because it was didn't have the black on the front, but now that I know that I could actually make that black on there. Maybe I can do one more and show you what I'm talking about. So you just take your time and work these around. Put a little glue under here. I think there's some there, but I don't know. So this would be great for a prayer journal that would probably, well, not probably, but it might last all year depending on how much you write in it. I didn't even pay attention to how many pages it had. So now I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I think I want the purple more right there. Yep. So I'm going to flip it over and take some measurements. And I'm writing on the back. I do not have a pencil. I don't know where my pencils are, if I even own one. Let's see. So I did go ahead and I'll do that one or the other one. I think I did the bigger one. So I'm doing 10 on this one. And then I'm gonna distress ink it, and then we'll do we'll do some more on the book of distressing it. I may do it off camera because it just takes a while. But usually I don't like listening to the sound of the dauber thing, but because I'm mixing 2 colors, I want you to see how good that it goes together. At least I think so. Kind of gives it an old color, but yet you still have that purple underneath. So again, I'm going to take my my gluing page, and I'm going to find a new one because that one's kind of wet. So what I do is I just use these for a while because that sticky, and not sticky, the slick paper, the magazines, makes it easier to get the glue pages apart so I can use them again. So again, I'm just going to press it down. I do see where I need to, that side's pretty good. See how I'm taking the bone folder and just shaping that around the corners. Okay, so this one is done for the front and the back. And I've got all this paper in between. So if I use this as one of our study Bibles as I work and not write in this one, because I've got one that I've already started writing my verses in. So one thing, I've got my box here that I'm working on stuff that I want to go. So this is going to be a pocket. I have a video on that. This is also a pocket that I have a video on. And it opens up for writing space. So I'm going to be making this stuff as we go through for these extra journals that I have, if they're not already in the shop. But I will be making more to put in these. I even have, these were some extras I used a different kit from. Those look good too, maybe not with this particular journal. But these are a few of the things I'm going to be doing in our study. And so I took these Bible verses and I put them in little labels. This one I made the label, so I took this and kind of put these together. But we will have a freebie with each week's labels on it because it takes me a little bit to get them done. So I have done all these. I could do one of these on the front cover. I don't know yet what I'm going to do on the front cover. If I'm going to do the Peace of God one. See, I've got these I could put on here. That one would look good. So I've just got a lot of stuff that I'm working on for our upcoming 6 weeks now. We got 6 left. So 6 weeks left of the Peace of God Bible study. So today I thought, let's see, it's Wednesday. So tomorrow I think I'm going to do the video where I show you how to put lines on your pages. So today, since we only have one more day left of the cover books, or the covers on our, let's see, I know I have it. Okay. I am still on week 1, so just decide and prepare a junk journal for your study, for the Peace of God study. So I've given you several different ways of creating journals. So far I've done a traveler's notebook, which is held in by the threads or the elastic. I have done this one that's made from a Hostess cupcake box and some paper, craft paper, and then this one which is made with an envelope. don't think I've made any others yet. I know I've not made this one. So I have these that I bought a long time ago. I don't like the covers at all, but the paper looks nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to alter this journal. I was thinking I could put her on one of them. Actually, I'm not sure how much. Yeah. So I'm going to trim her down on that one side. And then I'm going to take and decide where I want, and I can see this through my. So I have a book page that I can glue right there. Actually, perfect size. This afternoon, I've already been videoing some. So I don't know where this big old magazine came from. I don't remember ordering it, but I will take it and use it just like this. So the reason I am using the book page is so that this part here doesn't show through on the other side. And this book page is blank on this side, so that will help. And it's also going to strengthen our book. So I'm going to go and put a little bit of this on the corners in case it needs any. Actually, I think I might have done a pretty good job. Okay. I did have more books here. Let's see if I've got one more that's not so. This one will work. So yeah, I've seen a lot of composition books. I got these at the Dollar Tree a while back. They were $1.25. So I'm just not used them. So if you have some, you could grab them and do this. Just pretty them up some. Looks like I got a little too long. So I'm just going to trim it. And you did an awful job at trimming. It's okay. We'll get it. I'm going to do this journal just like I did the one before. So I want to leave a little bit. So I want to leave some hanging over on all sides. So I'm going to turn it over, see how it's going. I'm going to glue my journal down. So now I can trim this top. We are going to go on the inside and work on it. I'm going to trim right there. I'm going to trim right there. So I'm excited about this piece of God journey that we're fixing to start on. And I definitely need it in my life. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to fold these over. And I'm actually going to I hope this works. I'm going to cut it right there, and I'm going to cut it right there. I think I cut too much. We'll see. Okay. So then I'm going to take these and just wrap them around. I'm going to trim off just a little bit here because it is actually catching my cover. So that will be okay too then. What I'm going to do is I am going to trim that little bit right there. So I may trim too much off, but I do need a little glue right there. And we can come back and fix that too. So I'm going to pull this around and I'm just going to go ahead and glue it down. It's not going to hurt the outside at all. Put some glue right here because I didn't do this very well, but I may put some lace there. So I'm actually checking my scraps because I have a lot of them. What I might can use on this back. So I have that piece, which is not quite big enough for that side. Since these are not quite long enough, I want them to fold over. I'm going to go ahead and use this. I'm going to just put some glue down this side. So like I said, I'm just using up scraps, and I may be able to use this cover, this piece on the inside. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm just going to trim these corners that I've got pretty close anyway. I think I'm going to need to trim just a little bit off right there. Maybe a little bit more. Let me see. Now you could have just cut this and made this easier on yourself. Get this white off my fingers. It's bugging me. So if you've worked with me with my envelope journals, you know kind of what I'm doing here. It's basically the same thing. I'm just covering the front cover, and that should have been a little bit further over. There we go. So this room, it gets hot. It don't matter if it's winter time or summertime. And I got the air conditioner running right at my feet. But I do have a good window for light in the summertime. It's starting to get better. A little bit right here. Okay. So once again, I'm looking for something to fill that. If I have enough, I bet this would be enough. It would look good with these colors, I think. Actually, I want it right about there. All I'm doing is reaching over here to my paper trimmer, and I'm going to trim it. And see, these two kits, they go wonderfully together. When Diane and I started working on designing them, I asked her what she was using, and she showed me, and this is what I came up with, because I thought, well, it's different, but it can go together, because this here page is a page from Diane's journal. Let me see. So I'm wanting this to kind of get not all the way on that seam right there, but close. And then see how it just leaves a little bit. And I'm just kind of working that over the top right there. And then we'll do the same thing with the front. I'll figure out about how long I want it. About right in there. So when we talk about peace, we're talking about there is a type of peace that is peace during wartime, or, there's war going on, and when the war, everybody gets on their sides and stops the fighting, you can have peace. When your life is chaotic and you're going 100 miles an hour and you feel like you just can't sleep, you can't really do a whole lot because your brain is going 100 miles an hour. That is a time when you need that peace from God. And these 40 verses that we've got really, to me, said a lot. So now you have this cute little journal. I hope that you have enjoyed watching these two little journals get put together. Let me know what you think of them. If I need to put some up in my shop, I'd be happy to do that, because I think if that's what I will use to decorate. So it won't be available until probably the end of the study. This one I may put up in there. I don't know. But these two turned out really nice. They're just more ways to cover a journal that you don't have to do a whole lot of work. So this is already sewn. It's already put together. You could put a piece of tape right down here and have this kind of a look. So I don't have one I think that would go good with that, but like these Tim Holtz tapes would look good. Well, if I had the right color. But let me quit yapping and let y'all go. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you're new here, it'd be great if you hit the subscribe button. If you've been here a while and you're new, I'd really love it if you hit that like button and leave me a comment. You can leave me just an emoji, a heart, smiley face. I mean, I don't want a frowny face, but if that's how you feel, I'll take a frowny face too. That way I can come and ask you what did I do wrong. But don't forget to go check out all these wonderful ladies here on my creative team and subscribe to their channels. I know that Diane needs subscribers where I need watch time hours, and I really need to check with the others. I know Deb's has hers already, I think. The other ladies, I'd have to check with them and let you know. So I will probably have another journal tomorrow for you on the cover because we got Thursday left. Thank you and have a great day.